I am out in the shop today because I got to get some stuff done. So I got this discbine here I'm working on. As you can see, I got to get the last 3 gear sets into it. I got to get them shimmed, and then I need to get those turtles. I need new knives on them, and I got to get them put in. It's been a slow process at this. It's kind of cold out lately, and you find other things to do, and I really need to get this finished, so I'm gonna keep working on this today. Hello, heater. Alright, so the trick to these is you gotta clean all the old oil out of them, and there's a gear set right here. The shaft runs through the whole unit, goes into a gearbox. Then it runs into this gear here, which drives this gear, which then spins your blades that actually mow the hay down. So there's shims in here, and you want to set it just so there's a little bit of play. You don't want it real tight. It's about yay much, really. So that's probably about right. You'll know when you tighten it down, but I'm going to say that's pretty darn close. So you got to get some oil for it. Like the messy kid in art class, you just gotta go for it. Squish it all in there. Alright. So now, put that in there, make sure it's good and clean. You try to keep the dirt in the field and not so much in your cutter bar. So there's also a timing to these. You want to set all these ones the same way, because you gotta rotate it a little bit until you get what you need. About there. Start the bolts. And then put the shim on there. Tighten down, and I can't move that at all, so I'm gonna have to shim it some more. It's kind of trial and error until you get it right. Bit of play. Not a lot, but just a little bit. So that one's done, and we'll move on to the last 2. There you are. What are you doing? I gotta come in here. I don't care for the cold some days. When you're out kind of doing this stuff, it makes it harder. High dozer. So a little more than I wanted there, but so I've been looking at auctions lately for a nice drill. I kind of wanted something no-till, but man, those go for a premium. So if I don't find one by summer, I kind of was doing a little bit of looking because I kind of wanted to. Right now I just do hay, but I want to move into some other stuff. You know, I got some land here and I want to utilize it. So that's kind of why I wanted to drill, so I could put in some wheat or maybe some soybeans. But I did some reading where some guys would just broadcast spread wheat on the ground with just fertilizer. They mix it into their fertilizer and they broadcast it on the ground. That was a little sloppy on the shaft there, but when it's tightened down it should be alright. Keep an eye on that. It's not the actual, it's the splines on this shaft that are geared to this little head here. It's a little bit sloppy. I don't care for that. I might have to replace that. It makes it hard to figure out what the backlash is. So what I might do is I might just rent a fertilizer spreader this year and maybe just focus more efforts on just getting a nice disc, and then I could work the ground nice, and then I could just get a fertilizer spreader and just broadcast spread it on there, maybe harrow it in a little bit, see what happens, you know. Maybe don't do a big chunk of the field, just do a smaller section just to try it out. Why not? If that works out well, then it might be the way to go. You know, I spent some time looking around for an Allen wrench I needed. And there it is, right under my magnetic parts tray. So I don't know, I'm all about trying new stuff, you know. And if I don't need to focus on a drill for a little bit, maybe I can focus on some other stuff. Because the equipment's pretty expensive, especially for a guy starting out. Thus, this is why I keep putting this machine back together. For a new one of these, you know, it wouldn't be hard to hit 30 grand. And I cannot find any decent used ones around here. At this point, this machine's almost brand new for all the parts I put into it. It needs a couple little things, but it's totally usable. Plus, I know it inside and out, so when something breaks, I can usually get it running again pretty soon. There's a lot of them out there. That's one thing you got to think about when you buy machines, especially used stuff, is how many are out there. Because if there's stuff in the boneyard, it's easy to get parts for it. You know, I can get a good used gear set for this for, you know, 120 bucks, 80 bucks, somewhere in there. Versus the new part, which is like 250 bucks last I had checked. It'd be a lot more expensive than it has been. I like this machine though. It's a lot nicer than running a hay vine with a sickle bar. Just simply due to the fact that I can cut whenever I want. I don't have to wait for the dew to dry off. And if the field's smooth, I can cut pretty much as fast as I can sit in the tractor seat. Because a lot of times I'll cut, you know, before I gotta go to work or when I get home late. Sometimes I'll cut in the middle of the night. So it's nice having that ability to do that. Alright, I got one more, and then I gotta swap knives. Okay, so here is one of the blades. As you can see, it's pretty chewed up. Here is what a good blade should look like. Yeah, I got my money's worth out of that one. There's not much to these. Maybe. Okay, there is one. Brand new blades. This one runs this direction. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. So this bad boy goes right on there, just like that. Something funny. My grandpa was cleaning out his shed not that long ago, and he found these. If I can get it open. Little stainless BBs. So apparently, when I was a real little kid, I had a slingshot and I was really tearing some stuff up. So I guess that got taken away from me. I think my mom took it from me. And then it went to my grandpa, so you know how little kids are. If you hide something around home, they'll find it. Well, my mom took it over to my grandpa's, and he stashed it away and lost them. And recently found them. So, gonna need to order a new slingshot and do an unexpected house visit back home. Long time coming. Did we get them all done, Rug? Yes, we did, didn't we? All right, so I got them all the blades changed out, the ones that needed it. All right, Ruger, I gotta do some work here, bud. All right, so they all go 90 degrees of each other. Don't want grass in there. That. Now you just want to make sure real quick that you got the blades on right and they're not on backwards or upside down, because if you do, you'll actually plant hay rather than cut it, and then you'll never get it all cut. Just kind of check the rotation of them. Everything looks good. Got to put the caps on, and then the nuts on them, and you know, I think I'm almost done with this machine. You got to put the top hat on right here. I'll show you that. obviously I don't run this discbine with this tractor. It's just that this discbine takes like 60 horse. This tractor, I think, you know, I'd have to look, but I think they're like 15 horse. A little short, but it's enough to spin it up and see if it's any good. Make sure everything's all right. All right, let's get going.